Hello and welcome. My name is Spacemuffin, and this is the Void Strategy. So today, guys, we got a nice little amazing surprise, I guess, rework for Bloodmage, where he lost his lifesteal ability and he gained the Drain Soul ability. So enemies killed by Thalnos reduce the cost of your next spell by 1. This has a 12-second cooldown. So I still think Bane is a better talent in PvP. I do not believe this talent is going to work in PvP. I could be wrong, but we're actually going to test it out in PvE so you guys can kind of see, and I can explain a little bit clearer really what these talents do and what the changes are. So he also got the lifesteal, gives him about 8%, so that's really good. The other mini I want to talk about, there's a lot of minis that got reworked and changed, but the Headless Horseman, now he only got reduced by 1, but in my opinion, this makes him very viable. You know, the fact that he has fast, and poisoning and all that fun stuff, he's kind of like a Baron Rivendare, but like not. You know what I mean? He doesn't do the, obviously he's not as robust as Baron Rivendare. So this is kind of a little deck I'm running, guys. This isn't like an amazing deck or anything like that, but we're going to go ahead and show you guys how these talents work. Before we get started, guys, please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Really appreciate you guys. But yeah, let's go and get into the video. Awesome, guys. So as you can see, we're facing Banshee, and that's kind of why we have the Dire Batlings here, is so that she can, grab the Dire Batlings. Then what we can do is we can kind of roll up with the with our homie G here. Boom, she did that. She took the bait, and then what we're actually gonna do is we're actually gonna it's really important that Bloodmage survives in these scenarios. So really cool ability. It kind of makes Chain Lightning, one of my favorite spells, much more viable. Overall, like, pretty fun stuff. So let's go ahead and go again with the Batlings. Hopefully she grabs those. And then as you can see, we can kind of just begin to wreak havoc on the bosses with the Blood Mage. So I'm pretty happy, and then maybe we can demonstrate a little bit more Headless Horseman in the next match. So once again, I like the Headless Horseman because of his speed, and it just really kind of works with the deck. He gets the stun ability, so he can kind of protect Baron. So let's not Baron, Blood Mage. So we'll kind of demonstrate right now kind of what we mean. So he kind of rolls up, does a little bit of pseudo tanking, and then what we do is obviously we pop him, and then boom, this costs less. So now we have a nice little thing here. He has ability pop. So I mean, it's pretty good, actually. Kind of what we're doing. And so let's see. Yeah, so we got those. We can keep kind of popping dudes. Mine a little bit, but as you can see, because he's so slow, you can potentially get another horseman out to kind of do a little bit of mini tanking for the Blood Mage. So obviously that didn't work out the way we wanted it to. Not a big deal. So all we gotta do is kill one dude, and then we get his ability goes off. So I'm pretty happy with that. I like it, and I like the fact that it's not like Jaina's ability where literally it just goes away after a little bit. So that's kind of cool. So we can get a horse out, so I'll kind of show you how that works. Oh, the bats are kind of wreaking havoc over there. So boom, we pop the horseman, start popping people, and as you can see that, yeah, so the lifesteal isn't like super duper ultra powerful, but it's good enough to really really get things going here. So we're gonna go ahead and play another Blood Mage. So yeah, really the Horseman, that's kind of what we're looking at here. His abilities, the fact that he only costs 4 now, so we can just keep kind of playing him, as you can see. Not an ultra tanky unit, but he doesn't need to be. Right, he just needs to get that stun off and then get the poison off. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this unit. And then the fact that, oops, okay, I messed up there. But the fact that we can just keep buffing our dude is extremely good. So I'm sure there's PvP decks that you can build around Bloodmage's new talent. For me, I don't think it's as good, like I said, as his other talent. You do need more tanky units. You could play, stuff like, you know, there's the Gargoyle. You can do stuff like that. As you can see, like, very quickly in PvE scenarios, he does, you know, he does, like, pretty decent as far as getting hits off. So that's pretty cool. And then we can just kind of do that. Okay, he didn't get quite popped, so not a big deal. We're going to roll up with our Dire Batlings. That's why we have them here. And then hopefully, you know, we can pop that horse. So let's go and see. Horse gets popped. Okay, so... And then the horse can take care of, like, these swarm units so easily. Just bam. And then bam. So... Pretty cool, you know? Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and put the Blood Mage. Let's kind of set up for a nice little attack here. So yeah, that ability, and it's stunned. So then people kind of get the, you know, they can kind of roll up on people. And then because, you know, we have that, we can do this. You know, really start to play people and protect our Blood Mage here. So we'll go ahead and play a Horseman. As you can see, the ghouls are putting in the work. If I were to retool this for PvP, I don't know if I would have the Horseman in the deck. But, I don't know. Got some fun stuff going. Like, that stun is super duper helpful. And so then what we can do is we can obviously just start spamming spells. And he's gone. Awesome, guys. So this is going to be our last match here. We're going to be facing Ren Blackhand. Now, I'll kind of show you why this is so great. So we got these guys kind of rolling up here. Let them kind of get close a little bit. And then what we do is we do 1. And then we can do 2. And then we can do 3. So he's going to kill... Oh, no, okay. I put him way too far away. So not a big deal. So we're going to do that. Homeboy gets popped. And then what we're going to do... This is good. So he's going to be preoccupied over here with these guys. Is my hope. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to play a ghoul. And then obviously we got a mine. I've been neglecting that. But as you can see, like, he can start popping damage super duper good. You know, once he kind of gets leveled up the way he's supposed to. Extremely useful. So he gets popped. Not a big deal. And then what we need to do is we need to regroup. So we're going to kind of hang out there. Yeah, it's crazy, like, just the amount of damage that you can get off with kind of a deck like this. So, not a bad PvE deck, to be honest. Awesome, guys. So those are kind of my thoughts on the reworked, you know, Horseman, Headless Horseman, and the reworked Bloodmage. As mentioned, Drain Soul, I don't think is as good as Bane. I think Bane is still good, especially accounting for the lifesteal. So the fact that he gets 8% lifesteal, he hits faster and therefore gains more life. At least that's my logic. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Really appreciate it. Once again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, guys. And we will see you in the next video.